breathe out, I take in, I give out, I let love, I let go, I release, and I know I forgive, I receive, I can feel, I believe, I am healed, I am whole, I release, I know. No need to push, no need to try, no need to worry or question why. Surrender, let go, release, and know.
Thousands of years ago, the Buddha taught you are what you think.
I am love. I am peace.
I am joy.
I am silly.
I am powerful.
So a modern philosopher coined the phrase that you are what you eat.
I am organic vanilla ice cream.
I'm chia seeds.
I'm a good, strong cup of coffee in the morning.
I am mac and cheese.
Today, like millions of my human sisters and brothers on planet Earth,
I'm becoming mindful about what I eat, what I think.
but lately I've been thinking about this.
I watch what I eat, but do I watch what I watch?
What about what I feed my mind, my heart, and my soul?
At Conscious Good, we believe you are what you watch.
You are what you watch.
Anytime you watch something that causes your soul to hurt, there's an impact.
So what's the answer?
At Conscious Good,
We think it's about feeding our minds the same way that we feed our bodies.
with nourishing choices.
After all, if media can have a negative influence on behavior, it can also have a positive one.
It's been proven that if we watch TV shows and videos about people helping others,
Cooperating and being generous.
It can actually influence us to be more altruistic and kind to one another.
Talk about paying it forward.
So next time you sit down to watch your comfort movie,
consider how you will feel afterwards. Will you be happy and energized?
That's because maybe, just maybe,
What you watch.
Read
And listen to.
matters.
I am what I watch, so I watch what I watch.
I am nourished.
I am inspired.
I am enlightened.
I am a celebration.
I am conscious.
I am conscious.
I am conscious.
I am good.
I am good.
I am good.
We
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 We are.
are.
We are.
We are conscious good.
Everyone wishes to live their best life. We experiment with various ways to achieve that, whether it is through study, competing, finding a partner, working hard, or admiring someone who inspires you. It is the quality of our inner being that does it all, or grapples with fulfilling life's calling. For the past 20 years, the Brahma Kumaris in Washington, D.C. has been a space for any and everyone to enter into and experience one's soul calling. From 1997, the center opened in an old rickety house on Georgia Avenue in Silver Spring, Maryland, where cars and trucks that passed by would shake the space. But when you were inside, it was a peaceful and powerful sanctuary for all who visited. Since then, over 2,500 events, 17 city and nationwide initiatives, 21 awards, 2 meditation museums have served youths, senior citizens, entrepreneurs, scientists, authors, women, interfaith, the disabled, environment, small businesses, arts seekers, and even leaders. Millions of lives have been served, either through social media, the popular America Meditating radio show, or through exhibitions, lectures, partnerships, and programs held in the meditation museums and centers. We look at 20 years of service as a continued journey of love, courage, wisdom, and determination with friends from diverse backgrounds and thought who believe a better world is possible when we make ourselves better human beings. Meditation is an important tool that helps us to gain greater clarity, insights, and inner power so we can make healthy choices and amplify our capacity to live a full life. In times of great anxiety, insecurity, and fear, meditation is an essential practice for everyone to gain stability and inner strength. Just look at what a few dedicated, purposeful, and kind group of committed people have been able to achieve in 20 years. Thanks to everyone who have supported us along the way. And thanks in advance to those who believe in our work and power of intent. Brahma Kumaris Meditation Museums, where peace is inside.
It's Karen Drucker coming to you from San Francisco, California, and I am here to say that I love watching The Next Normal with Sister Jenna. I get transformed, I am inspired, it's deep, it's wise, it's wonderful, just like her. I hope you're watching it too.
Om Shanti, everyone. Welcome to the next normal. I love that animation, didn't you? It's one of our old ones, and they have done it. They've redone it, and I'm so surprised at how good it looked. Didn't that look absolutely awesome? My goodness, I loved it. I loved it. I'm in such a good mood today. Not to say that I've not been in a good mood every day. But I really got some good rest today, believe it or not. And it's because Lakshmi's here. And when Lakshmi's here, I take it easy. So it was so nice just to, she cooked so well, and I came back from my appointment this morning. We had a great breakfast, did a few meeting calls, and then spent some time in Baba's room. We discussed aspects of our spiritual teachings of the Murli, and just everything about our level of thinking, and how deep are these sanskaras that are inside of us. They're so deep, these sanskaras. For those of you who took the Raj Yoga meditation course online, I hope the advanced classes with me on Sundays have been very, very beneficial. Again, this is something new for us to be doing online, and I too am enjoying the process because it's very intimate, but more than anything else, it's the fact that we're putting in the time because it's important to us, and it is transforming our lives, and we are becoming better people. It's been months now, 8 months, 9 months, it's like a pregnancy. And so what's your rebirthing? What's new for you? And what are some of the new thoughts that are emerging inside of your consciousness? Or have you reached this point inside of you that you feel a sense of inner trust now? Because when we're so external, and naturally in the rhythm of being very external, then we miss a lot of who we really are. And we perhaps stop being honest with ourselves, and as a result of not being honest with ourselves, then it's natural that we stop being honest with each other. And it continues to surprise me, or maybe amaze me, or maybe that's not the right word. But it does continue to have me looking deep within as to what this pandemic has meant for our lives, that every one of us are walking around with a mask, and we think that's odd. But can I tell you the truth? That's how we were before the pandemic. How many of you out there really truthfully showed up honestly in your relationships? Hands up if you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube. How many of you really showed up honestly in your friendships, in your marriage, with your lovers, with your kids, with your in-laws, with your colleagues at work, with your bosses? Haven't there been many occasions where you were absolutely afraid of actually revealing what you were thinking and what you were feeling? So you were wearing a mask. On one level, of course, you knew that if you showed people what you were really thinking or feeling, you would have lost your job. Maybe you would have lost your job. And then you were going, I can't even tell them what I'm thinking or feeling. So you think putting on the mask is a protection. But when you took off your mask and you didn't reveal what you felt, and you didn't share what you wanted to share with your boss or with your partner or with your children, did you at some point sit with yourself that day and make sure that yourself acknowledged you weren't being truthful to you? That you actually had an inner conversation with yourself to say, gosh, I really felt like letting them have it, or I really felt like letting them know what was on my mind, but or did you just move on to another thing? And instead of being that truthful with yourself, you went home and you slammed the door, and you yelled at the kids, or you yelled at your next door neighbor or somebody on the street or whatever it is, and You discuss that person, I can't stand them, they're such a jerk, they're this or that. You didn't take off the mask. So now you've been wearing the mask for so long, you're feeling a little claustrophobic. When I was taking my test today and they had me in this thing, I had to hold my breath for them to take images, and then I couldn't hold my breath long. So the nurse came in and she said, it could be the mask because you're not able to breathe. Why don't you take it off? And at that moment I thought, wow, have we and have I been suffocating myself by wearing these masks for so long in my life? Not being the Jenna that I want to be, or not being the Jenna God wants me to be. They're two different things. Sometimes the role that you think you want to play is coming because of your energy of comparison, being influenced by relationships or unfulfilled experiences of the past. But when you go to Baba and you go really into the energy of God's vibrations and God's vortex, and you ask God, who am I supposed to be in this incarnation? I guarantee you, it'll be a completely different person. Because more than anything else, what you'll get in return is not the next CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company. It's not what you're going to hear from the divine. You're not going to hear to become the most beautiful person in the world. You're not going to hear from God, get Botox so you can look younger. You're not going to hear from God, him telling you, get the gray, wash the gray out. You might wash the gray out because you see all your friends with really good looking, healthy hair, and you're like, no, I'm going to color my hair because it looks good on her. You get a toupee because you're losing your hair, and you're like, oh my gosh, look at how all these guys look so young, and I need to get a hair transplant. And if you go to God, will God care at all about the way you look? Not one bit. Is the mic making noise? Okay, no worries. We got it. You should see Santa. She's like, the mic. I love this transparency between us, between you and me. We've been so accustomed to deception, illusions. We don't even know how to discern what's reality from what isn't anymore. Sister Gita came down and she was asking me, are you not going to invite those people that are upstairs? And I went, what people? Those people that sit there next to you when you give the class. You know, that man and that woman? And I go, you mean Baba and Mama, the ones in the picture? And she goes, yeah, they just stay there. They should come down now and listen to your class. I said, yeah, but you know what? They're not real. I am real. You're real. Santosh is real. Lakshmi is real. And sometimes I know it's hard to distinguish reality from illusion. Now, that might be an example with Sister Gita and her experience of the pictures today, but I can't begin to tell you how often you and I go through that period in life. Not realizing who are the real people and who are the real moments. So many times we yell at the people we love and we're nice with the people we hate. I mean, can you trust somebody who does that? Can you really trust and honor somebody who isn't themselves in their relationship with you? Can you even trust yourself when you walk away from that relationship knowing you were a hypocrite, you lied, you were manipulative, you were deceitful, or even better yet, you just weren't you? Could you really trust somebody who isn't themselves? One thing on one end and something else on the other. I was having a talk with one of our very special students that came by yesterday before she left for California today. And she was sharing about, just her value for the work that we do. And one of the things that really keeps her here and what keeps her appreciating who and what we are is that she knows us inside out, that how we are on a stage with thousands or with one person is the same. We're the same people. And perhaps that's why some of the relationships that we have are so solid. Because people know, well, this is real. And I'm really needing to understand what is it that I need to begin to reframe in the quality of my thinking to discern what is real from what isn't, what is truth from what is an illusion. I mean, how honest am I with myself? And when we're looking at trying to restore our self-trust, that's a lifelong assignment, especially when you're an old soul. In scriptures, there's some scriptures that say when the soul leaves the body or when we die, we go to heaven. There's some say you never come back. Some say that you only have one life. Some say if you come back and you've had more than one life, there is a problem. Some say, well, we've had many, many, many lives. Is someone right or is someone wrong here? Who do you trust? Who do you trust with your religiosity? Who do you trust in believing what is the real religion? And so many times you look at Hinduism, you look at Islam, or you look at Christianity, Buddhism, whatever it might be, Sikhism. Everyone thinks they have the answer and the way, and each one, when you investigate them and you dissect them, at the core, they're teaching you how to love. But there's a complexity in learning how to love everybody, especially everybody the same, when one particular faith says you only have one life, and when you die you go to heaven. And for example, Hinduism says you take birth and rebirth till you get it right. Can you imagine sitting in a room with these two souls having this conversation? Who would you trust? One is telling you, I never come back when I die. And they have conviction and fervor and determination in telling you. They might even get into an argument with you. And they might even stop talking to you and go, I don't believe this paganism. How can you have more than one life? If you come back after one birth, there is a problem. Maybe they're right. But there must be a reason why we're all so different. There must be a reason why so many are suffering. There must be a reason why when we look, sometimes it looks like certain souls are born with a gold spoon in their mouth. It must be a reason why there are 1 billion children right now on the planet who are going to go to bed without food. And if we're all souls, how are we using the energy of the souls? How are we using our energy if we are in the mode of self-trust, and if we are making the right decisions, and we are treating ourselves kindly and each other kindly? Karmically, I'm not supposed to suffer. Today I had a massive realization. It's something I've been asking, I've been talking about it with friends. What kind of an action or karma do I need to perform to attract loving parents, beauty, abundance of health, great wealth? And I keep asking this question over and over again. And I don't know what happened after breakfast this morning. And I just turned from the washroom, from the sink, as I'm walking to the table, and bam, the aha moment came. And you know what it said to me? It says, you are getting whatever you have distributed or given out. You are not going to get in your life what you haven't given. And I thought to myself, what? You're kidding me. You mean to say I haven't given enough charity? You mean to say I haven't given enough good energy to my temple, to the body, to the field of action? You mean to say I haven't sowed the right seeds in this temple? That there would be an ill health? There'd be something going on with it? You mean to say that I haven't been either a good child or a good parent? I was thinking about it. I was asking Sister Gita, or I was looking at us in terms of just relationships, and sometimes I look at her with so much love and empathy, and I go, it must have been so hard growing up without parents. What was it like to not have a mother and a father to protect you? And then sometimes, remember back in the days when I don't want to mention anyone's name, but they've had like Leave It to Beaver and The Cosby Show and all these families on air. And you used to look at these families and you're like, wow, it's so cool. It's like the perfect family. And when you go inwards or you look at your life, you start to feel like conflicted. Like, what have I done? Was I distrustful to myself that I made certain decisions that I no longer trust me? Like, what did I do that put me in this position? And sometimes that's very hard to accept. It's hard to accept maybe I made the blunder, but not to take it personally. What if it really just is fixed? I didn't make a blunder. It's what's written in my script. It's a balancing act, isn't it? Oh my God, I can't believe I did this. How will I ever trust myself again? Or, this is fixed for me to go through. Om Shanti. How do we balance these two realities? It's fixed that I had to go through this. Who fixed it? The universe, the destiny. How did it get fixed? Energy fixed it for you. Why? Because we're all souls. Soul is energy. Soul governs itself by thought. And individually you have your own karma, but then collectively you have karma. Since Lakshmi's here, because one of the things we love to do is talk and churn, we're like, what is this thing? We talked about when Lady Diana left the body, over 1 billion people mourned her. And we were saying, what would her next birth be like? I think there would be such a deep sense of loss. She's lost her 2 boys. She left her body in a freak accident, and then 1 million people didn't want to release her. But Mother Teresa left the body at the same time. There wasn't that much sorrow. That's like praying. She did her thing. She moved on. Have you ever met somebody in a particular birth that they just seem so sad? In this lifetime, everything about them is just so sad. There isn't any more joy. What is it that has happened? What did they do to break their own self-trust, that they don't trust themselves to be happy anymore? Because there's a fear, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose my happiness because I don't trust I will make the right decisions that will keep me happy. Deep, deep stuff is going on in the soul, my friends. Deep homework assignment. And this pandemic is a blessing to keep taking us inside ourselves so we can listen to what the conversation is inside and tell us what we need to do. You know, since this time period, we've been building our creativity with, you know, just little pet projects. Like now we're working on a new film with kids. And I'm thinking every day, the questions, the format, the way, the people, how to do it better than the Diwali dance. We definitely did better than the Zoom meditation. And each time we're growing and developing, and it's coming because internally I'm thinking how to make this a beautiful story, especially for young voices. And I'm trusting that whatever the touchings that are going to emerge, they'll be absolutely perfect. But do you know why I trust? It's because I know it's Baba's assignment. I've handed over most of my level of thinking and whatever I'm going through to Baba. How do I do it? I know the energy of God's might and light is my restorative energy. And if I can keep turning my attention to Baba, I will develop the courage and the power to trust me again. Because I can go to somebody and I could tell them sorry, and they will take some time to forgive me. You've heard me tell you the story a few times when I lost my virtues with Sister Gita one day. when she was just beginning to change, and I just couldn't understand what was happening with her new behavior. And Sister Gita says, you owe me an apology. She was intelligent enough to tell me that, but she didn't have the thinking to not do what she did. That was out of character, out of order, and wasn't appropriate for the moment, for the time, for the people that we were with. But she had the intelligence to tell me, you owe me an apology. It was so hard to trust that what she really is going through is true. Because how in the world does she have the intelligence to tell me I owe her an apology, but she doesn't have the intelligence to know that what she did was inappropriate? So it was so hard for me to trust that the process that she's going through is really truthful. Or is it just that she had become so selfish that she doesn't care about anyone around her? So I was in the car and I'm really processing that this isn't me. And I'm remembering her words in my head, you owe me an apology. I says, I can't. I can't. Not until I have found the courage and the clarity to be sorry, to apologize to myself first. I can't give you some cheap apology and get away with that. And you actually will believe my apology, and I haven't understood why I gave up my greatest power, which is my peace and my love and my dignity and my honor and my respect, and I give you a cheap apology and think that's enough for you? It can't be enough for you because it shouldn't be enough for me. So by the time we left the house, on the way to the meditation museum, I'm looking inwards and I'm going, you can't keep doing this to yourself. I'm talking to me. I'm not even thinking about what she's doing because I can't even figure out what she's going through. I go, you can't. Nothing on the outside is worth you letting go of your greatest asset, your peace, your purity, your love, your compassion, your wisdom. And every time you make a decision to go against that, how in the world can you trust yourself? Because that isn't who you are. Food for thought. So by the time I got to the museum, I settled in and I just had to tell Jenna inside, just don't do it. You've got to find your power to not choose a lower vibration of expression when it's just not going the way you think it should. And so many times we lose self-trust because we can't control the outside. We can't control people. We can't control the environment. We can't control certain events and situations. And we lose our dignity, our spiritual dignity. We lose our sacredness. We lose our love and our compassion. And we don't sit inside of ourselves and have a heart-to-heart discussion and say, look, what's going on? To restore self-trust, you really need to have these hard conversations with yourself, which will require a lot of inner honesty and gentleness. It's natural for you to sometimes be hard with yourself because if you were raised with parents being tough on you, with Indian parents, you have to study. You have to get a good education. You've got to have certain morals and values about you. I mean, they force it in you. Whether you want it or not, you have to study. You have to show good manners. Whatever you do after that, it's fine. They force it in you. And sometimes you don't like it. You get angry with the same parents who feed you, pay your college, tuition, pay your bills, go and get married for you, pay for your marriage, and on top of it, give you an inheritance to start you off with your new life, with your bride or your husband or whatever. And then you're dishonest with them because you're not honest with yourself, because you never had that hard conversation with yourself to say, I shouldn't speak unkindly to the people that I love and matter the most to me, that means you're doing the same thing to yourself. So every time you project and you send out these vibrations and this energy to people, can you imagine what you're going through? It's because we're just not talking to ourselves in the right way. And what this pandemic has done, it's saying, listen inwardly. What is going on with you? I used to be able to trust your thinking. I used to value that everything that came in your thoughts were so wise. You played a lot. You laughed a lot. You looked towards the future. You had a broader goal about things. What happened? And so when you stop trusting yourself, you start to walk around with a lot of fear, a lot of cynicism, a lot of doubts. And you bring it in your relationships with people. So how do you restore trust? You've got to talk to God. You've got to talk to Baba. You've got to go to the divine and ask him the questions that you need to ask. Why do I do this? Why do I think like this? Am I not your child? What is my influence here? And you have to be so honest with yourself and courageous enough to have this hard conversation. But you know what the greatest virtue is? To restore your trust with yourself, to be gentle. To really just be gentle with yourself. I think this gives us a wonderful time to pause, and maybe we can play one of Karen Drucker's special, amazing songs, just for us to go into this space. I want you, as we go into this moment together, think about what's going on in you and what is it that you really feel needs healing at this moment in your life. Enjoy.
I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself. And I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself. And I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. I will be tender with my heart. I will be tender with my heart. And I will hold my heart like a newborn baby child. I will be tender with my heart. I will be tender with my heart. And I will hold my heart like a newborn baby child. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. I will be easy on myself. I will be easy on myself. And I love myself like a newborn baby child. I will be easy on myself. I will be easy on myself. And I love myself like a newborn baby child. as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. Now I know I am gentle with myself. I am gentle with myself. And I hold myself like a newborn baby child. I am gentle with myself. I am gentle with myself. And I hold myself like a newborn baby child. And I rock myself like a newborn baby child. And I hold myself like a newborn baby child. And I love myself like a newborn baby child.
Wasn't that a perfect song, everyone? While we were listening to the song, we were talking, Lakshmi and Sister Gita, and we were saying how one of the beautiful gifts that we've gotten from Sister Gita is that she doesn't care what anybody says with whatever she decides to do. And I think one of the reasons we're not honest with ourselves is that we give so much power to people so that they can accept us, that they somehow accept who we think they want us to be. Does that make sense? Yeah, I think so. It's like we, especially, and again, I'm just going on a cultural level, and this is global. It's a global epidemic. But in certain cultures, the Japanese culture, Chinese, I don't know much about how it's done. I'm sure in the African culture as well. There is so much of what the neighbors will say. And because we give them more value than our own lives, we lie to ourselves and we lie to them over and over and over again, that it becomes a pattern. And it's something that I've watched in my relationship with Sister Gita, where, and she has helped me to really break through certain limits, to not just live always for what I think is what we should do for people, but to just live purely from what this soul is supposed to do. When I turn to Baba, what is it that Baba says this child of his is supposed to be at this particular point in their journey? You know, when I became a Brahma Kumaris, which is a Raj Yogi or meditator, or please don't put me in a package, I don't like packages, but it's been inscripted for me to take the spiritual sustenance from the community of the Brahma Kumaris. And what I have learned is that a lot of the people in the Brahma Kumaris I have very deep karmic roots with from previous births. So that's why we happen to be together. There are very smooth sailing relationships, and there are some that are very strained. And the ones that are strained were the ones that I had the most love for, but something happened between us as souls, and we haven't been able to completely clear it up. We don't know in what incarnation, in what birth, when it happened, at what lifetime or whatever, but we know that the love is there. So as a result, the drama and the universe will keep bringing opportunities for us to come together to see if we can bring that love in. And I know that. If I'm in front of you and I know that we haven't had the most innocent exchange and we're not the happiest that we can be with each other, I know that there was once a deep love. I just know it. And with those relationships where I don't have that strain, then I know that the love has continued. That's all. It's not that it's better or that it's less. And I trust that feeling with all my heart, because there is a reason why sometimes we feel the way we feel with a soul so deeply that we're like, ah, this person riles me up when I see them. Why? Because there must have been something good between you and them. And you have to trust that feeling and trust that emotion, because it wouldn't be happening if it was just a distraction. It's actually a signal. So this whole ability to restore self-trust has so much to do with your connection to Baba. What is it that Baba is trying to show me I really am supposed to be? Let's try it with a little experiment right now. Let's just take a breath, right? Go inwards just for a little bit and settle in. Settle in behind your eyes and observe maybe just what are you feeling? What's your system feeling? What is the soul tapping into that's saying, wow, what she says really speaks loud and clear to me. Wow, I can't stand what she says. Oh, it's so repulsed by everything she says because it just gets on my last nerve. Why? Is there some truth to it? Let's say that you're saying, I'm ready for a change. What would the relationship with yourself be like if you can deeply trust yourself honestly? Think about what your relationship is like if you had your husband, your wife, maybe your children, and as you're with them you go, I just don't trust him anymore, I don't trust her anymore, and yet you're living in the same house. Do you know that strain, that pressure that comes on between both of you? It could be the littlest of things that you both do in the house and you yell at each other. Something you just don't trust. You don't trust the person anymore. What happens when you go to a gathering and there's that one person in the gathering that you felt did you wrong, spoke bad about you, gossiped about you, and you're in a circle of friends and that person is sitting there and you feel that tension in your chest? I don't want to say anything because if they hear what I'm about to say, then they'll gossip and change it and turn it around. Do you see how that energy feels just with human beings? How are you feeling if you're in the United States of America and the percentage of Americans who no longer trust government is out the roof? And government, we rely on them for our sense of safety, security, leadership. So imagine what the soul is feeling right now when you honestly accept that maybe I haven't trusted myself in a long time. And feel that for a minute. What that feels like, just feel it. How does that feel? And now what I'd like you to do is go to Baba and just go into God's light and energy inside of your mind and look at it for a moment and just say, how do I restore my trust and belief in who you know I really am? And just wait for that signal.
I am strong and my mind is powerful. I turn away from limiting thoughts and
harmful thoughts. I allow myself to return to a state of trust. I trust in life. I trust in myself. I trust. Everything I need, I already have. Everything I need, I already have. Everything that I have a right to claim will come to me. Everything that I have a right to claim will come to me. I trust. I trust. Every person who belongs in my circle of love will find me. Every person who belongs in my circle of love will find me. Every purpose for which I came here will be fulfilled. Every purpose for which I came here will be fulfilled. I trust. I trust. Everything I no longer need will make way for something new. Everything I no longer need will make way for something new. Everything I need, I already have. Everything I need, I already have. I trust. I trust. trust in life.
It's one of those nights where you just want to stay inwards and do the work, you know. And today I was hearing from a friend of ours, Ian Vincent, who has decided to stop filming her Fix Your Life segment that they do on OWN TV. And because she's been really reflecting during this pandemic, she's like, I don't want to do it like this anymore. This isn't my best way of teaching people anymore in 45 minutes. And even though her show is #1, she's letting it go. That's what I'm saying. It's that when you go inside and you go to God's energy and you talk to Baba, He's going to show you something more about you. And it's not always about just what you're doing. It's about the way you want to feel as a person in your doing. And once you start to connect to your pure feelings as a person and as God's child, you will start to build trust. Because it's just how you feel when you're in a room, like how we work here as a team, there's so much trust amongst ourselves that we're just safe. So when you have your own self-trust, there will be a sense of inner safety, that you won't feel all your karmas that come for you are coming to beat you up. They're actually coming to raise you up. But you trust that. You trust it. Because the more you go to Baba, the more power you'll be able to pull. And you'll really restore self-trust. And you will be who you're supposed to be with everyone. You'll just be you. I remembered a long time ago an old story when I was much younger on my spiritual path. And the president of the Brahma Kumaris, my spiritual mentor, used to say, you bring souls too close to you too fast. And I used to say, oh, what does she mean? I don't understand. And it's just because when people see who you really are, maybe they won't, blah, 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 blah. And I go, but I don't care. I mean, that's what I am. It was such an important moment for me. It was like, but I'm not ashamed of what I am, and why should people think that they should put me on a pedestal where they stop making effort and doing their work? I'm doing my work and I'm being truthful. Why should that not be valued? Was what I said. You mean to tell me that people would value a spiritual mentor who is a hypocrite? Then I don't think that should be my student. I mean, honestly, I don't want a student like that. I want a student who's mature enough to say, look, I know we're all doing work and I really value who you are and the way you show up. The numbers might be less. People want to be deceived. Why? Because they're not trusting themselves enough. It's a really deep thing to think about, everyone. Deeply, deeply important. So I leave you with this. Go to Baba, check in regularly, every hour on the hour. Ask Baba, who do you want me to be? Who do you want me to be? Who do you see? What do you see in me? Show me. Show me actually what it is I'm supposed to be here. For you and for the greater good of humanity. And hear what he has to say. Okay? All right, so Lakshmi is actually here because she doesn't have a class. So I'm going to invite her up to just say hello to everyone. Come on up. So everybody was giving you remembrance yesterday when you were in the other class. So we have Sister Lakshmi back, who's visiting us from Cinnamon. You have anything you want to say to everyone?
Om Shanti, everyone. Just, it's nice to be back. And it's my pleasure and my fortune to be here. And before I came here on my when I was driving, I thought, no, I want to really take complete benefit where I'm here. And that's what Sister Jenna was sharing today evening when we sat here. She said, when we are here, just let's make use of the time and then take the benefit of the time when we are here together. And so a lot of questions I was asking and to get clarification. And it's very nice to be here. I'm happy to be here.
We're so happy to have her here. So warm welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we'll have her come up maybe during the next week or so while she's here to share any insights that might be coming up.
Sure.
Okay. And Sister Geeta has been in such good behavior. We're so surprised. All right. So welcome, Grace. George, George669, welcome. Okay, George. Lovely to have you in the community. Samantha, I know it's nice to see Sister Lakshmi again, right? Praveen Bhai, welcome. Om Shanti. Denise, Om Shanti. Mary, Bill, sending lots of love, everybody, to Bill K. as he repairs his body as well. Janvi's good friend, and Nikhil Kumar Joshi's also a very close friend. So again, our love for each other and sending these pure vibrations. We believe a lot in collective thinking. Lilawati, Om Shanti, and Mary, Bryn, Carlene, Yes V, Diraj, Alika, Ranju, Priya, Om Shanti. Nice to have you on, Priya. Erica G, Anshu, Ninita, Om Shanti. Hello, everybody. Ranjan. And on Facebook, lots of love to each of you, too. I know sometimes I don't mention you, but I do appreciate your time on air, too, and being here with us in community. If anybody has any thoughts they'd like to share online, anybody has a question for today? I'd be happy to. It's a big topic. It's a really large topic. And I know that we really want to be able to trust ourselves more. Nikki Wallace, welcome. Suhaila, always nice to have you on. Preeti, Om Shanti. And Parveen, always nice to have you. We were talking about you today, Parveen. We were sitting in Baba's room and Lakshmi and I were singing your praise and sending you so much love and light for making Baba's room upgraded and updated, and such a beautiful feeling. So we thank you for giving that contribution. Seema, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us on The Next Normal, everyone. And listen, on Saturday, we've got a really nice program coming up. Santosh, you want to put that up on the screen? I'll be Into the Now, which is a free virtual summit being offered by our friend Michael Beckwith at Agape. I'll be joined with Sri Ravi Shankar, Brother Ishmael Teten from Ghana, Sri Pujya Swami Chinanand Saraswati Ji, and our very, very good friend Bishop Carlton Pearson, who you've all seen as well on our show, and we've done a lot together. So please register on Agape Now, and also I think you can watch it on Facebook Live as well. So look out for us to have a really heartfelt conversation. As you notice, I'm the only female holding up the ship. And I was like, I love this particular period that we're in. You know, it's like, come on. There are so many powerful spiritual voices out there, you know. But anyway, I'm not complaining. So Saturday, December 5th, Answer the Call of Your Soul. It'll be at 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. PT, which will be 7 p.m. our time on the East Coast. I don't know what time it'll be elsewhere around the world, but please join us. We love you very much. All right, have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for taking your time and energy to join us, and we'll see you tomorrow. Be safe, wear your mask, it's your protection. But when you take it off, check yourself. See what's going on inside of your world. Lots of love. Take care, everyone. Hi everyone, it's Sister Jenna from American Meditating Radio. I hope you've been enjoying Wise-ish, which you can get live on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube from 8:30 a.m. to 8:45. But you can also get it on demand 24/7. It's going to be your power boost for the morning. It's your daily dose for the soul. It's just going to encourage you to make the day that much more valuable. So join us. Looking forward to seeing you.